Wild and Kings here. This one will close out the slate. We see the Kings $1.70, total 5.5.
Yeah, I'm taking it over here. I don't really like to take the Kings over, but the Wild have been playing over for a while now. And the Kings are at home. Why do they want to shut down the Wild? This is the way I look at things sometimes. I know the Kings are a good defensive team, but you've been practicing that all year long. Why do you want to beat yourself up to shut down the Wild here? It's all in the motivation. I know the Kings can shut down teams. They're a good defensive team, but it's far more physical and far more effort to shut down a team than it is to just go out and outscore them. And the Wild shouldn't scare them at all, really, offensively now. They have a lot of players out. They're pretty much out of it. So I'll take the Kings in regulation, and I'll go over 5.5. I think the Wild will probably pot a couple. I'm still not a fan of the Kings goaltending, regardless of who they put in there. And I think it might be Rittich here. Imagine, my friend, my dear friend Tony, you are going into the playoffs, and your best goaltender is Rittich.
Oh, goodness. Thank goodness for the Sharks, Kraken, and all the bad teams that they can beat. Ducks. They got a big boost from the mediocrity in the West.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Big boost. And it's going to show off in the playoffs. For you, dude. I know. I know. It's been a struggle this year.
So Kings in regulation just to finish her off, and they'll probably be scoring back and forth in this game.
Kings in regulation, -115, and over the total here of 5.5 goals. All right, we got through here this NHL rundown, the 8-game card here for you here on Monday, the last week of the regular season, because we get into the playoffs on Saturday, so we're not too far away with playoff hockey coming up. So looking forward to all of that.
Yeah.
And of course we will have some. We will have some days with no games on the schedule, but Steve will come in with some playoff props. So stay tuned for that. So if you don't see a game on the schedule, still keep an eye for the picks, because Steve will have some prop videos for you, prop picks for the playoffs. All right, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com. We got through this 8-game rundown. Steve enjoyed a great year in the NBA, 1,850 units of profit. Of course, the NBA playoffs coming up we begin with the play-in rounds on Tuesday. Not a lot of rest after the regular season. We're ready to roll here. So, these teams that are in the play-in game, they don't deserve rest. They should have had a better season. But anyway, we got big card, 15-game card from baseball. So baseball gives us a 15-game card. We got this action on the ice. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, definitely get into the monthly or whatever. Like when we're talking playoffs, you're making nothing but money if you're taking my picks on the NHL. I crush NHL. And yes, there's going to be some days off, but I'm going to do some futures. I'm going to start picking series winners and who's going to win the cup and who's going to win the West, who's going to win the East, all of those sort of things like that. And you'll make some money at that. Some of the things I had from the beginning of the year, and it's not going to happen, but it was still pretty impressive. I took the Flyers to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year. Even though they're probably not going to do it, it was still a pretty impressive pick. I also had Pittsburgh to make the playoffs, so I'm hoping that Pittsburgh gets in there on that one. I think I hit about 3,500 units on futures from the beginning, on player props, on who's going to make the playoffs, on who's going to we'll find out about the Conn Smythe. I had Kucherov to win, and he should win, but everybody's saying, I think he should win. No doubt about it. I had not Conn Smythe, but the Hart. I had Kucherov to win the Hart, and he might just do it. So my futures are really good. You want to get in there. You want to get my monthly. You want to get my free. You're not going to lose money. It's an investment that you can't find anywhere else. So get in there and get on it. And if it's not me, Look at other cappers, because Tony's Picks has some of the best cappers in North America, and you will not lose money. It's an incredible investment. I hope if you're out there and you got some money in your pocket and you want to invest in something, this is what you do. We're not gambling here. We're making money.
That's right, guys. Get over with Steve Duncan over at TonySpicks.com. Great results, as you can see here in the NBA. Last 30 days, 1,850 units of profit. Click the link in the description. Land right on Steve's handicapper page. This is where you can get the long-term passes. 1 month pass will get you all of Steve's premium plays. Of course, the NHL playoffs here coming up on Saturday, so you get a good 3 weeks of playoffs with that, and as well as the end of the regular season. NBA playoffs here for a month as the playing round begins Tuesday, tomorrow. So we're right at it right away, guys, with 2 games there. We don't waste any time there, guys. We're ready to roll. Baseball is also in play. And, of course, we'll save you some money when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. You can access Steve's page. Just click the link in the description. You'll land on his page and go ahead and get signed up. All right. As always, Steve, great having you on the show. Seeing your success. We'll catch up again tomorrow.
Yeah. Enjoy the games, everybody.
You got it. For Steve, I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you tomorrow.